Alright, my friends, we're back. Thank you for standing by. Thanks for the Stretch Break Tuesday. I kind of just took a break. Stretching now seems a little suboptimal, but I will oblige. This is a Rockstar game. Hey Angelus, welcome in. Thank you for the raid, my friend. Hopefully Alwa's Awakening treated you well tonight. Alright. I think we're pretty thoroughly stretched. I play Game Boy games with a Nintendo 64 controller, by the way. Just a piece of trivia for those interested. Even though we're on a GameCube, I have a adapter that lets me plug this into the GameCube. The Nintendo 64 controller is actually really good for Game Boy games. It has a decent D-pad, and the A and B buttons are in the correct orientation. It's the only controller where Nintendo ever got A and B correct. They never put them in the right. They always put them in the wrong angle on all their controllers. They got it right once. And it's on the most bogus looking controller they ever designed. It went great after I figured out how to load the game without GOG Galaxy. I was gonna start my stream at 12:30 and discovered that it was having issues after I tried to uninstall and reinstall it. Just got the Retro Fighters Brawler 64 controller. It's great, Thirsty says. I've been looking at those. I was thinking about picking one of those up. It's not often like me to afford myself a luxury like a controller that makes sense, but I am tempted for some quality of life improvements here and there. The joystick's a real game changer, especially for racing games. For now, I'm pretty good with the N64 controller I have because it's actually not that old. I mean, it is because all Nintendo 64 controllers are old, but it's I got it as new old stock in like, I don't know, around like 2015, 2016, somewhere around there. And I didn't start using it until the stream started, so I've only been using it for the past couple years. So it's pretty good. Like, it still feels pretty good. The joystick's starting to get a little wobbly, but it's got a bit of life. It's got quite a bit of life left in it, I think. But when this one, when this joystick goes, I'm gonna have to do something for sure. But I was looking around, and I couldn't decide if I wanted to go with the with something like the Brawler controller, or if I just wanted to get a replacement joystick that I could just pop into one of my old N64 controllers. And so that's kind of why I didn't pull the trigger on either option yet, was just because this one's still got a little bit of life left to it. Well, I know I keep going back and forth, hopefully more than a little, but it's got at least a little. I'm trying to be optimistic. The Nintendo 64 does not have a good joystick. I got used to the NES controllers, having spent so many hours playing NES games. I like the NES controller, Greg. The original NES controller is not bad. With the A and B buttons level like they are, that's fine. My big complaint is with the dog bone NES controller, where the A and B buttons are angled backward. You can only play it. You can only use the dog bone controller properly if you don't have human hands. If you have some like bizarre lobster claw for a hand, maybe you can use the dog bone, but and Nintendo does all of their A and B buttons like that. And I have no idea why. No one at Nintendo has ever looked down at their own thumb. Yeah, the NES controller is fine. It would be better. It would be better if the buttons were offset like the N64 controller, but I actually am a very big fan of the original NES controller though. Like even though it's like, you know, even though it's like sharp, square, blocky, and uncomfortable, I kind of like that. I kind of like all those things about it. I like the blunt simplicity of the NES controller. It reminds me of it reminds me in the guitar world of a Telecaster. I always compare the NES and the Super Nintendo controllers. They're like a Telecaster and a Stratocaster. Like one of them has a few more features, and it's got a lot of comfort curves. But I like the I like the older model. I like the blocky, blunt, simple instrument. The OG NES controller is the best. Kusari Gama says, welcome in, my friend. Thank you for joining us tonight. Dogbone controller was released with the top loader. It's actually $50 and released after the SNES. Dogbone controller is really cheaply made. I definitely can tell, like, yeah, it's got to be cheaply made. That's not a surprise to me. I wouldn't have known that, like, as a fact, but I'm not surprised by it. The Dogbone controller is almost awesome. It's just that button alignment. Well, it's not just that. The button alignment makes it unusable. It also has a wire on it that's like 4 inches long. It's terrible. Kyle, welcome in. Thank you for the raid, my friend. I'm torturing myself with the worst game I've ever played and ranting about Nintendo's bogus placement of the A and B buttons on their controllers. That's what you've wandered into. Thank you very much for the raid, my friend. Always great to have you here. Tell us what you were doing tonight. I'd love to hear. My friends, if you somehow are not yet following Kyle at Janked Jesus, please use that link in the shout out. He's got a wonderful stream. He's such a friendly, chill dude, and he has, as his name indicates, he is not afraid to play some very jank and bogus titles. Raven, welcome in. Pleasure to have you with us. Waz, welcome in. DJ Psyop, hope you're having a wonderful night. Thank you for coming along. Sounds like a perfect stream. I respect your determination on this one. So I've been playing this game. This is Austin Powers' Welcome to My Underground Lair on the Game Boy Color. For those who've never seen it before, it's mostly it's a collection of mini games, but it has one game in it that's more substantial than all the rest, and that's this one. It's called Ken Evil. It's a reskin of Evil Knievel on the Game Boy Color, and it is janky and broken and miserable. And I've been playing it for close to 30 hours, somewhere between 25 and 30 hours. And I'm only on stage 9. But I'm only on stage 9 because I actually beat 3 levels. Did I beat 3 levels tonight? I beat 2 levels tonight. I might beat 3 levels tonight. I beat 2 levels tonight so far. I think. I don't know. I don't remember. No, I beat 3. I beat 7, 8, and 9. We're on level 10. This game has been so horrific. On stage 3, I was stuck on stage 3 for 8 hours. On stage 6, I lost count of how many hours I was stuck on stage 6. It was at least 12, I think. It has been a calamity. But I'm plugging away. I'm invested. I'm dedicated. I want to see it through to the end. I've got some terrific viewers that are at least, if not more, invested than I am in the victory. I can't let us all down. Progress worth celebrating. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you for the GG, Waz. Adam, welcome in. Thank you for coming along. Great to have you with us. Did I see? Just checking to make sure I haven't missed anybody here. Pokemon's welcome in. Great to have you with us. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Want a cheaply made controller? The Xbox Elite controller for $180. The grips get loose after a while. Front bumpers don't work half the time unless you clamp down on them with the force of a king crab. The D-pads are magnetic and will fall off if you press them too hard. That sounds like a nightmare. That's a new controller, right? That's horrific. $180. $180. That's a disgusting price. Still waiting for Frownie to just snap and turn into Dr. Evil one night. This game is rough, Thirsty says. You've got to see this. If he keeps playing this game, it may happen, Angela says. They're the only Xbox controllers that come with rechargeable batteries. Otherwise, you have to buy your own. How many levels are there? So, part of the thing about the way I do games, I play with an extremely strict blind policy. So I actually don't know. The only way for me to find out how many levels there are is to make it to the end. Because I won't look it up, and I don't want to be told. So, I'm sorry I can't answer. I do have a hypothesis, though. There are 2 Austin Powers games on the Game Boy Color. One of them's Austin themed. This one is Dr. Evil themed. We played the Austin theme game first, and instead of this motorcycle game, it has a platformer, and the platformer has 25 levels. So this game likely has 25 levels. It may have fewer, because another difference is the platforming game did not have a difficulty selector. This game does. So I think the difficulty selector may have been included to compensate for fewer levels. So, or I may just be bargaining. I may just be desperately wishing. But there's a chance it has 25, maybe less if we're lucky. Oh yeah, we're playing on hard. Not only am I torturing myself, I'm torturing myself on hard mode. $180, I'd put that toward a console, Greg says. I have a Logitech controller. Has a left shoulder button that's difficult to push. Not as tough as being a king crab, but almost there, Angela says. I bought 4 of those controllers when they were on sale, Pokemon says. Worst purchase I've ever made in my life. Oh my. Alright, so this game here, people compare it to Happy Wheels and Trials. I don't really know much about either game, but I can imagine, based on my time with this misery. Basically, to get an idea, you have an accelerator. The A button is your accelerator. The B button flips you horizontally so you can change directions. And the D-pad, you use left and right to try and lean and balance. But the thing is, the physics are all over the place. Your momentum just does whatever it wants. Gravity is only a minor suggestion. The pyramids will launch you into the stratosphere. It's all over the place. It's inconsistent and janky and bogus at every turn. and it will cheat and rob. It will call you names. It will push your grandmother down a flight of stairs. There's nothing this game will not do. If you just watch for a moment, you'll see how bad it is, and just trust me. As bad as it looks, I promise you it's worse. Don't ask me how that happened. I don't know. Oh, all of that climbing. Oh. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, chairs are checkpoints, but you lose them when you run out of lives. So the checkpoint's nice, definitely, but it's not permanent progress. The only permanent progress is to clear a level. And yeah, the goal, thank you, Thirsty. The goal of every stage is to find, there's a cat and there's a box of cat food. We must locate the cat food, and then we must locate the cat so we can deliver the cat food to the cat. That's how we clear the levels. How does it even happen every other time you've jumped off? It's inconsistency is the only consistency. So if you're unfamiliar with the stream, thank you again for checking out what we do over here. I'm Frownie, of course. I stream several nights a week. I'm in the Central Time Zone, and we do late night streams, so somewhere between 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. is the typical window. I like brutally difficult platformers, like Castlevania and Super Ghouls and Ghosts and Contra. I like broken trash games. Licensed stuff, plug-and plays. I try to do a roughly equal mix of like quality stuff and bogus garbage stuff. But right now it's the month of Jankuary, so we're leaning really heavily into the garbage. We did a marathon of strawberry shortcake games at the beginning of the month. And then I tried to play I started trying to play my way through a bunch of Austin Powers games. And we're also currently working on Dora the Explorer games. We just started some of those. So that's the kind of things that are going on around here. I'm also currently juggling Hades, Jump King, Jet Force Gemini, and practicing for a challenge run of Splatterhouse 2 to learn the game to eventually do a deathless run. So that gives you a good idea, I think, of what the stream's usually like. Swiper, no swiping. I heard that quite a bit the other night. I actually have pretty much zero experience with any Dora media. So I'm learning everything I know about the property through the video games. I've heard that there's a map song. That's a big part of it, but I haven't actually heard the song yet. I'm hoping it shows up in one of the games. How are the Dora games? Are they decent for kids at least? So we've only completed one so far. We did the first one. We just started them. We did the first one yesterday. And we'll do another one tomorrow. The first one, the game was okay. Of course, you know, it is being graded on a curve for being a kid's game. It was really simple. And there was just a lot of missed opportunities with it. If it had had a little bit of platforming, if it had had a few more mini games, a percentage counter, and a couple more secrets hidden in it, it would have been something really kind of great and special. But while they did a good job with what's in the game, they kind of stuck to like the bare minimums. And so it was underwhelming. It wasn't really actively bad in any way. And there were so many times where I thought something really cool was gonna happen, but it never really paid off on its promises. So nothing really to write home about yet. Enjoy our insanity. Enjoy our 10-game insanity. We are also doing Dora. Yeah, I think I've got 10 Dora the Explorer games to play. It's somewhere between 8 and 12. I don't actually know how big the pile is for sure, but I think there's about 10 of them. In the past, we've done little mini marathons of, I played through, I think, 6 ET games, like 7 or 8 Powerpuff Girls games, maybe 8 Scooby-Doo games, I think 7 or 8 Tasmanian Devil games. Like, those are other sort of jankuary projects. It wasn't quite as substantial, but in July last year, we played through all the Let's Ride games on the Game Boy Advance. Those are pretty horrible. Why are there so many ET games? I couldn't believe how many ET games there were. When it comes to the trash games, I like to play through them in very high quantities. I'm very enamored with finding a set of licensed games where I can play through a lot of trash from the same property. Hey, Omega, welcome in. Great to have you with us. Agent Frownie, more like King Frownie, king of the licensed games. Someday, maybe. That's, That's a terrible goal that I seem desperate to achieve. We have occasionally come upon a surprisingly good game. Like, I thought 102 Dalmatians on the Game Boy Color was gonna be disastrously awful, but that game is actually pretty decent. And, on the Game Boy Advance, the Powerpuff Girls on the Game Boy Advance are pretty alright. There's two of them. One of them is called Mojo Jojo A Go-Go. And that game is okay. It's like an on-rails shooter game. And it's a little frustrating at the end, but overall not bad. And the second one is called Him and Seek, and it's like I don't even know, it's hard to describe. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt adventure game, and that game is I thought that game was great. That game was really good. I would play that one again. Him and Seek, I would play again, willingly. That one was that was fun. That was something special. And Omega says, once again, I admire your tenacity. Thank you. It is a different level. We've actually beaten 3 levels tonight. This has been my most successful night with this game. It's amazing. I'm struggling with this level and kind of furious at it, but we have made a lot of progress. More than I would ever have thought possible. Totally waiting for the dating sims and etc. And then he can traumatize all of us, Kusarigama says. If it's a trash game, it's a strong candidate to appear on the stream eventually. Sometimes we don't seek out the goals seek out us. I actually somehow became a moderator for Mojo Jojo on speedrun.com for the Game Boy Advance game. That's incredible. I love it. I like the I like the other game better, but that game was pretty good. That was the best Powerpuff Girls game until I played Him and Seek. No. Even though I technically survived that fall, I don't have enough gas to make it back. Oh, and we're still at the start of the level. I submitted a stupid death percent run, and apparently the old mods were inactive, so I just inherited the board. That is fantastic. Kind of sad to think that you're willingly doing this, but once again, I cannot say I'm not impressed. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny because a lot of nights we've been playing this for a while. It's been like I think it's been like 5 or 6 nights. And on a lot of those nights, people have come in and just assumed that this is like a viewer, like a channel point challenge or something like that. Like this is a viewer redemption. And then I have to tell everybody, no, I'm just the kind of person that does this to myself. No one has forced me. I'm to blame. One must imagine Frownie happy. I believe I mentioned this is actually a reskin of another Game Boy Color game. This was made by Rockstar, by the way. I don't know if everyone caught that. This was made by Rockstar. The GTA Rockstar made this game. But they didn't really make this. This is a reskin of another one of their games. It's a reskin of Evel Knievel on the Game Boy Color. But I have promised that if I beat this, we will also beat Evel Knievel. If I beat this game, we will also beat the original. Because my appetite for suffering is insatiable. I hate that pyramid. That one particular pyramid right there has caused me so much misery. It has caused me so much misery tonight, that one. I mean, they all have, but that one is especially brutal. It's so far along the path. What does every single sign say, Blackjack? Why do you hate yourself, Frownie? I like the idea of completing video games that no one else is dumb enough to try and complete. I like the idea of beating games that no one else would bother to do. My one, like, I don't have a lot of video game talents. I'm not very skilled, and I'm definitely not very clever. My one superpower when it comes to video games is I have a very, very deep well of persistence. I am incredibly stubborn. And I'm just very, very, very persistent, and so I feel like I need to use my gift. And these horrible games are an opportunity to do that. And by my gift, I mean my curse. What is that? What? Charging money for this is a crime. Yep, we just finished Austin Powers. Time to play Evel Knievel. We're not going to do them back to back. I didn't want to give that impression. I'm not going to immediately play Evel Knievel. But I am going to. We'll do it like, it'll be something like, you know, like an anniversary celebration for our victory or something. Kind of like how we played the Game Boy Advance port of Echo the Dolphin about a year after I finished the Genesis game. We'll do one of those kind of things. They could kick off Janky Ally with Evel Knievel. I mean, if we're talking about the same calendar year cows, in July, I might still be playing this game. I might still be trying to beat this one in July. I'll have beaten it several times. I'll still be playing it because it's just that good. I know what you mean. The number of people who have beaten this game is probably in the dozens. But how many people? How many people have beaten this game live in front of an audience on hard difficulty on the Game Boy player with a Nintendo 64 controller? I'd wager vanishingly few. Maybe the physics will fall in your favor. That's the only way that the physics can't work. Whenever we jump off of a ledge or bump into an obstacle, absolutely anything is possible as long as it's not in my favor. Better question, how many have even tried? That's the thing. Why would you want to? My favorite is when you don't die, but the physics somehow sends you all the way back to the beginning. When you get the checkpoint, it plays a little bit of the Addams Family theme. If you listen carefully. Oh my goodness. Frownie would be the type that if they made a remake of this game and fixed all the problems, he would say they ruined it. They took out all of my favorite features. Everything I hated about the game was secretly everything I loved about it. Imagine you land a job at Rockstar Games, and the remake of this is what you're assigned to. I would quit, Angela says. Why make the player feel bad when you can just traumatize them instead? Omega says. Why is this jump going so badly now? Made that jump so many times without issue, and can't do it anymore. Every one of these pyramids I can't stand. The triangle is officially my least favorite shape now. I can't stand you. I cannot stand you, Dr. Evil. Alright, Omega wants to be upside down for a while. We can do that. I wonder if there's a janky version of Tetris out in the wild. Of course, of course. Tetris is like... You can find Tetris everywhere. That's a game that, like... It gets its copyright... It's had its copyright infringed all over the place. I'm certain you could find a jank Tetris. Probably lots of them. I'm surprised we haven't found it on 50 video games included yet. Yeah, me too, cows. I'm actually rather shocked we haven't come across a Tetris in there. Thank you for the follow, Thirsty. Appreciate you coming on board with us. Consigning yourself to more agony alongside us. Yeah, all the levels are pretty samey. I really wish someone made a 50 video games included with actual merit and heart. There've been some games in the 50 video games included that were pretty alright. I certainly wouldn't consign the entire thing to the trash heap. Them's fighting words around here. And as you can see, Cows is very enthusiastic about the collection. Throw all these lives away. Fine, Frownie could have a little jank as a treat. I really hate this game. I really hate what I'm doing here. Angelus wants a version of this game in 50 video games included. I guess I should specify 50 video games included. If anyone's listening and you don't know what we're talking about, it's a plug-and-play game that's basically the same concept as Action 52. It's 50 like random. It's like 50 random retro-style games that are varying degrees of jank, and most of them are bootlegs of other games. And I've been slowly working my way through the entire collection on the stream. We've tried to reach credits in each of them. Metaphorically speaking, because most of them don't have credits. Most of them just wrap back around to the title screen with little or no fanfare when you beat them. But I have been trying to beat every one. Oh my goodness. I'm deteriorating. I'm coming apart. They were blindfolded when they designed this game's maps, DJ says. They're pretty just chaotic mishmash of angles and lines. $50-1 Tiger Electronics handheld LCD games. I just hate the way he rolls over for no reason. If my back tire comes a millimeter off the ground, he will just completely topple forward. I can't stand it. I cannot stand this awful trash game. Cyber Trucker Alpha, welcome in. Good to see you, my friend. It's been a little while. Thank you for the raid. Raise Germany, welcome in. Nuke for Prez, welcome in. Thank you for coming along. I hope you're doing great. Tell us about your stream. What were you playing tonight, my friend? How did it treat you? My favorite Austin Powers games. Oh, I've been working on this game for several nights on the stream. I've been playing it for somewhere around 30 hours, I think. I've lost count. I've played it for so long, I've lost count. We're on, I think we're on stage 10. Stage 10 out of question marks. But, like, that tells you how well I'm doing if I've been playing it for close to 30 hours and I'm only on the 10th level. How well I'm doing is not very well at all. Name was Indigo Prophecy, aka Fahrenheit. Very wild adventure game. I don't think I know anything about that one. I like adventure games, though. I don't like this game. I don't like this game one bit. Yeah, so, yeah, the Game Boy Color, there are two Game Boy Color games on there are two Austin Powers games on Game Boy Color. They're both designed so that they basically emulate an old Windows PC. There's apps and mini games. So there's like a word processor and a calculator, and there's a fake internet browser that lets you read like Wikipedia style pages about the different actors and characters in the movies. And then there's a bunch of mini games and one big game. And one of the games has a platformer. The first game we played had a platformer, and this game has this instead of the platformer. It has this, and this is awful. This is the worst thing ever. I hate this level. The reason this level makes me so angry, I hate this level more than anything in the world, because this level is so easy. It should be so easy. It's very straightforward, and there's no horrible obstacles. The thing about this level is that it just robs me again and again. It has one of the most straightforward designs of any of the levels we've seen so far. But these pyramids just behave in unpredictable and impossible ways to cause me to fail at every second that I exist. I can't take it. Definitely, Indigo Prophecy is definitely worth looking into. It's pretty unique and fairly janky mystery. Oh boy, more jank. That is my favorite. I remember messing with a fake DOS prompt in these, typing in Easter eggs. Don't think I ever messed with the big games. Yeah, we looked at the DOS prompt a little bit. I didn't get a lot of amusing responses out of it, but we got one or two. SpongeBob Motocross. Similarly awful side-scrolling driving. I'd even say it's identical. Was that game also made by Rockstar? There were supposed to be 2 more of these, Omega says. Disgusting. Most likely not. It was a Flash game. Still shockingly similar to what I'm seeing here. Alright, well then, yeah, most likely not. I ask that because this game was made by Rockstar, but it's not an original game. This is a reskin of Evel Knievel. Rockstar recycled one of their older games to make this. So, if you had told me the SpongeBob game was also made by Rockstar, I was gonna lose my mind hearing that they had reskinned one of their old games, the same game twice. for licensed products. That would be amazing. I really wish it were true. The platformer in the Austin game is also a reskin of an older game. Neither of them are original. Makes me wonder if the person behind the SpongeBob game is a fan, or maybe even one of the coders. I hate this game. I hate this game. How did that happen? You see the kind of nonsense that it puts me through? The kind of impossible, ridiculous garbage the game does? Oh my goodness, how did it get so late already? As much as I'd love to hang around for more of this torture, I have to be heading to bed, Cal says. Good night, Cows. Thank you very much for being here. Always great to have you with us, my friend. I hope you sleep well. And hopefully we'll get to see you again tomorrow. This is less of a game and more like something that just happens to you. I definitely feel like this is something that's being done to me, yes. Alright, we've been upside down for our required amount. Time sure does fly when you feel like you're never gonna have fun again. Well, let me throw these next 2 lives away, because we tripped over the first bump in the road. Ruining my, entire... I don't know, ruining my desire to do anything more with that attempt. I hate this game. I don't know how many times I have to say it. Why? Yeah, I haven't played Jekyll and Hyde yet. As much as I like jank, bogus, trash games, I tend to prioritize games that have a large number in the franchise. So games that are notoriously bad, they're like one-offs, right? Because it's not like a series of like 7 or 8 Jekyll and Hyde games. There's only the one. So like I've had a hard time getting around to things like those. Because I'm always wanting to do little marathons of bogus titles. Someday I'll pick up a set of a lot of those like little isolated games like that though, and we'll pair a whole bunch of them together. We'll do a marathon. The theme will be no theme. The theme will be standalone trash games, and we'll do a whole bunch of them someday. But yeah, I've always prioritized sets of stuff for the stream so far. This has the same lead developer as Rockstar's Oni, which isn't awful. I don't know what Oni is, unfortunately. I certainly wouldn't expect anything remotely good from anyone who had any part in this game, though. Have you played Castlevania 3? I've done one Castlevania 3 playthrough. I need to do more because I need to go back to it at some day and try to get all the endings for it. I think there's a different ending for each partner character, but I've only done it once. I like Castlevania games quite a bit. Especially Castlevania 1, Castlevania Bloodlines, and Castlevania 64. I really love those games. It's maybe the toughest 2D game that stayed enjoyable to me. Castlevania 3 is good. It's since I've only been through it the one game, it's kind of, since I've only been through it the one time, it's kind of a long game to me yet. So it's intimidating for me to pick it back up to go and get those other endings I was talking about, just because I don't know it very well. It takes me a long time to get, it's going to take me a long time to get through it. And so I'm a little intimidated by that. It was definitely tough. It was definitely tough. I remember being overwhelmed with heartache at how difficult Dracula was. It's a good game, though. It's really good. Tells me they were massively rushed on these. Get it done in a week type of thing. Would explain the reskins too. That's been a popular theory. There's been quite a few times that people have speculated in the chat that these games have arisen from a situation where they were rushed through development. Personally, I just assume that everyone who worked on these games are awful, evil, malicious people. That's my theory. I'm not feeling charitable enough to give anybody any excuse for having taken part in this crime. I'm out for blood. Yeah, it kills you if you run out of gas, even in midair. Is that what happened to me? I just don't even pay attention to why I'm dead anymore, hardly. I just assume everything is bogus. A Stubby the Bee, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. I'm sorry it has to be for this horrific, miserable game. Yeah, your fuel running out, though, in pretty much in every situation I've paid attention to, your fuel running out has been instant death. But everything, like, you die in ways that don't make any sense. You have a health bar, and the health bar is a complete lie. Like, watch this. Now, if you were paying attention, I leaned forward and bumped my head against the wall. And then I froze like that for no reason, mind you. There's no reason that I shouldn't have banged my head against the wall and then gravity pulled me back down into a standing position. That's what would have made sense, right? The way that I was leaning, the weight of the character, and especially if I'm holding the D-pad to influence my balance away from the wall. That Dr. Evil had every reason to fall back onto his wheels. He didn't though. For no reason, his head sticks to the wall, and the health bar starts to drain down. And then before the health bar is even empty, the life is over and it's gone on to the next life. So it robs you in every way that it can. It behaves in ways that don't make sense, and then just ignores its own parameters. It's a horrible, awful mess of a game. Everything about it is putrid, rancid trash, all the way to its miserable, evil core. Oh. Thank you for the follow, Stubby. Very much appreciate you. What did I say before? Signing up to subject yourself to more torture like this. Some other Castlevanias I haven't played, but that look extremely cool are Rondo of Blood for PC Engine CD and Chronicles for PlayStation 1. So I haven't played any version of Rondo of Blood yet. I feel like I'm kind of saving that one. I'm a big Castlevania fan. I've played a lot of the games, but there are a couple of them I haven't gotten around to yet. And I don't really rush to do them because I don't know. The thing is, like, when I have an old series like that I like, and there's games I haven't played yet, it's kind of nice to still have games to look forward to. Because, you know, it's not like they're gonna make any more Castlevania games. Like, so every time I play a Castlevania game that's new to me, I have one less to look forward to in my life, you know, so it's kind of bittersweet. I get to play a new game, but I get to look forward to one fewer games. But I do hope to play it again one day. Oh, the stream is dying. Well, I don't know what we've missed. Yeah, I haven't played Rondo of Blood myself. Chronicles I have played. I won't spoil anything about it for you, but it's pretty tough. That's all I'll say about it. I found it to be pretty tough. It definitely wasn't my favorite of the Castlevania games I've played, Chronicles. I think it could grow on me if I played it more, though. I didn't love it on my first playthrough, but I think if I played it some more, it would grow on me. Greg says for the classic style Castlevanias, Castlevania 1 and Bloodlines are the best. Yeah, those are... Those are, I think my top 3 Castlevania games are Castlevania 1, Castlevania 64, and Castlevania Bloodlines. I still need to do some challenge runs. I still need to do some Bloodlines challenge runs. I can't believe I haven't done that yet. I can't work on it while Splatterhouse is going on, but maybe when we're done with the Splatterhouse games, we'll go back to Bloodlines and polish that one up a bit. I'm not very good at Bloodlines yet. But it'd be great to change that. Oh, awesome. Just awesome. I don't like these pyramids. Yeah. Does it hurt Chronicles being a remake? Not... I don't think it really hurts it all that much. I don't know. It's so different. I wouldn't really... I don't think that, I don't really think remake is really the right term for what Chronicles is compared to the first one. It's kind of like, because it's basically like a complete reimagining. The first stage is pretty similar, and there are elements that like carry across, but it's pretty wildly different. There's all kinds of stuff in Chronicles that there's nothing at all like it in the original game, and it feels very different, like control wise. So it's really its own thing. Chronicles is really like, it's really a remake of the first game, only in like the same kind of way that kind of all the 2D Castlevania games are sort of like remakes of each other. Because like so many of the 2D Castlevania games have the same have that same stage 1 from the original. And like, you know, they recycle the same sort of stage ideas and enemies and bosses over and over again. Most games, and that's not really a criticism or anything though, because most, you know, games in the same series tend to do that. Otherwise, they wouldn't really be recognizable as a set, right? I haven't even seen the top of the stage in so long. I'm really, I'm really feeling annoyed. There is one thing, there is one thing about Castlevania Chronicles that I really don't like. That I can't really say what it is because it's a spoiler that I think should be discovered naturally by playing the game for yourself. But there's one thing about Castlevania Chronicles I really don't like that only happens because that only happens because it's a remake of the first game or a reimagining of the first one. It's something that wouldn't be in the game if Castlevania 1 on the NES didn't already exist. And I don't like it in Chronicles, but it's not a big thing, it's just an annoying thing. I really want to beat this stage tonight. I really want to stick with this until I at least want to finish this stage. But I'm doing so bad at it, and I feel like I'm getting worse. So I'm really beginning to doubt that this one is gonna happen tonight. And I feel terrible about it because we should have cleared this stage hours ago. But I have just repeatedly gotten unlucky in so many of the most unlikely and horrific ways. Is this one doctor that does make house calls? I don't remember if that's a quote from the movie or if that's a reference to something else. Or if it just came from your own mind. Oh, was Kevin Spacey as Dr. Evil? Don't remember that. Pause the game. We're busting out the Austin Powers trilogy. You know, after playing this, I don't want to see or even think about anything Austin Powers related ever again. Please tell me you remember the mole. I believe I do remember that part. Those are actually my least, like, those kind of jokes don't really land on me. Don't really land for me though. The kind of jokes that are built around let's just do something for an obnoxiously long period of time and annoy the audience. Like those kind of jokes don't ever land for me. Because isn't the whole point of that, the whole punchline, just that Austin says the word mole over and over again 1,000 times? Look at how long I've played this level. Clearly for me, the idea of doing the same thing over and over again for hours and hours and hours is not... like, clearly for me, that's serious business. There's nothing funny about this either. Not in the least. Not in the least. This stream is not a comedy. This stream is a tragedy. They're good jokes. Not your style. Why not both? What'd be worse, playing this game for 6 hours straight or watching the stupid mole scene on a loop for 6 hours straight? Well, it would definitely be worse watching something, right? I'd much rather play a game than watch a movie. So maybe this game is just one big joke. That's why it has a laugh track. This game was developed in front of a live studio audience. Now that cannot be true. This game had to have been developed under the cover of darkness in a secret dungeon where there were no bystanders or witnesses. If any audience had been around to see this game come into being, they would have intervened to stop it. Animals were harmed in the development of this game, Mansta says. The humans certainly were. So I believe it. Yeah, humans still are being harmed by this game, you're right. The audience were held back at gunpoint. Prisoners, all of them. They're not laughing. That's not laughter you hear on the track. It's tears. I'm gonna say it. Didn't like Better Call Saul. Got to maybe season 3 or something. Can't do it, Pokemon says. I didn't watch any of it. So I can't really speak to it either way. I did watch Breaking Bad. I watched all the way through that. I liked it enough to watch all of it, but I didn't love it. I think that it's not always as great as most people seem to feel like it is. But I did stick with it all the way through, so you know, it's at least that good. And it was pretty good. Some parts of it are really great, but some parts of it just, I don't know, sometimes stuff felt so pointless in that show. And sometimes the way things were teased and then paid off was so underwhelming. Buying time for writing purposes. Yeah. Yeah, there were times where, like, it seemed like, I don't know. I don't know if they changed their mind for, like, what they were setting up to stretch things out, or if they wanted to how do I finish the thought? I think like all the episodes that led up to the thing with like the plane crash that happened, and so many of the episodes begin with like flash forwards that show you images of the debris to like tease that something like big and dramatic is going to happen. But then like to have this like random plane crash be the payoff for that setup is so irrelevant and underwhelming that I felt like the show was wasting my time. I'm one of the weirdos who like the episode of them just trying to kill a fly the whole time. I like episodes like that in general, and I like I like bottle episodes like that. So I'm with you there on that one, DJ. My wife, on the other hand, that's her least favorite episode. Like, that's her go-to example now of, like, whenever any TV series has a terrible episode, like, she'll compare it to that one. She'll be like, this is almost as bad as the episode about the fly. I think they were getting at a butterfly effect thing. Yeah, I mean, I get that, but the thing is, the only way the crash would have had any... The only way to save that idea for me is if because the crash doesn't... so far as I can remember, the crash doesn't affect Walt in any way. Like, it doesn't affect any of... It comes out of something that starts with someone who has a connection to one of our main characters, but it doesn't connect back to any of the characters. It's any of the main characters in any way. Like, that's the thing. Like, so far as it being a butterfly effect, it's a series of dominoes that fall off, like, a far edge of the table, disconnected from anything that's going on with the plot of the show. Like, if the plane had crashed and fallen on, like, Hank's house, like, it would have connected back to a main character in a way, and I'm like, alright, I guess it has relevance to someone. But I don't know, I didn't feel like it had an impact to make it a worthwhile part of the story. I also don't remember the series super well, though. I could tell you, like, general beats of what happens, but it's been a long time since I've watched it at this point. And I don't have the best of memories to begin with. I hate that triangle. Oh. Great. Here go all my lives again. Oh. I've heard of that thing with Rowan Atkinson and the Fly Pokemons. I haven't seen it. I heard it was pretty interesting. It's a bee. You know, tomato, potato. Being able to turn around theoretically allows you to shift your momentum. It's pretty stunning how ineffective the D-pad seems to be at critical moments. I know where, so I've played this level. I've seen enough of this level that I know where my objectives are. So, basically, I have a full understanding of the layout of the level. If that's what we mean by progress, is just... Knowledge is the only real progress, right? Since I keep getting reset back to the very start. I have basically complete knowledge of the level at this point. It's a little shaky near the top, but I don't think there are too many terrible hazards up there. I just can't get back up there to make any attempts. I've almost finished it once. But that was all it took to see everything. I had one really good attempt several hours ago, and it's all been trash since. So, I don't know. I'm out of hope for beating this tonight. I'm just wasting time, basically. It is all we're doing now. I'm feeling pretty low. There's no way any playtesters beat this game before it shipped, and it's generous to assume there were testers at all. The only people who could have possibly playtested this game, if anyone did playtest this game, the thing is, like, you want someone who playtests your game to be someone disconnected from its development, right? So they can go into it with a fresh perspective, and you can understand what a real audience would think and feel and how they would react to it, right? But In the case of this game, there's no way that that happened. Anyone who playtested this game is an accomplice to the crime. This game was only playtested by people who already were committed to agreeing that this was acceptable to unleash upon the public. The playtesters may not have built the bomb, but they had no objection to the lighting of the fuse. That area up there with that row of little spikes, like that is very, very near the top. If I making it past that obstacle puts me like two small jumps away from the final platform. But I just can't do it. It just won't let me do anything of value. I hate this game so much. It's so broken and janky and terrible and unfair and miserable and awful. It is the nightmare of nightmares. Every night before the boogeyman goes to sleep, he looks for this game under his bed. It's not just good, it's great. It's grating on my last nerve is what it is. I'm glad you found us again, Zergling. I mean, you may have been lurking at the time, but the stream crashed earlier. Your watch streak may have been in peril. No one would think it weird to switch to Splatterhouse after 6.5 hours. I'm in too much of a bad mood to play Splatterhouse right now. I'm so upset from this game. I think I would just do poorly. I do still want to play Splatterhouse tonight, but I'd prefer to do it after beating this level. I mean, I know I'm not going to get to either way, but I'm still going to sit here and pretend for a while yet that I might be able to. This game is just like, oh, it's like being repeatedly punched in the kidneys. Nothing about this game is good. It doesn't feel good to play it. No bonus stream count. A little sad about that one. Oh yeah, I'm doing fantastic I'm doing fantastic at this one. The only thing I'm getting better at is throwing away 2 lives when the first one dies too early. I can throw away those next 2 lives like a real pro. The dumb thing is that is actually an accomplishment on a lot of levels in this game. A lot of levels in this game, it's actually hard to intentionally crash at the start of a stage. It's always easy to die, start of a stage or otherwise. But it's hard to intentionally do it. Oh no, look at that, I failed. I hate this game. I never want to play another Rockstar game ever again. ever again. Wood Moon. I would have thought more like Scissor Moon and Paper Sun. no matter how successful GTA is, it'll never erase the shame of creating this evil game. I think this evil game and the success of GTA are directly connected. I think someone... I think the devil appeared to someone at Rockstar and said, I have a proposition for you. Your company will produce one of the most successful video game franchises ever. We just have to make a little deal. And that Rockstar employee was asked, you want my soul? The devil said, no, I want you to make a game for me. Why? I wonder if Satan is gonna be in the credits. The special thanks in the special thanks category. No. A lot of people have made that same comment, Angelus, and I hate to disagree with you, but I have to point out the game does not laugh when you die. The game laughs at the beginning of a life. The game doesn't laugh at you for dying. It laughs at you for playing. Oh. Oh my goodness. Imagine if you beat this game, Zergling says, and then it tells you it's a trap devised by Satan, and you have to beat the whole game again, only with an even smaller back wheel. It'd be a dream come true. Laughing at you for playing is way more sinister, yeah. The game knows it has you. It's over already. Oh, I just want to finish this stage. It's... It's laughing at you for continuing to play it, even after realizing how bad the game is. I don't have enough fuel to get to the fuel tank. It really does. See, I know I was told about that earlier, but I didn't pay attention to it. It really does. You really do die if you run out of fuel in midair. I mean, it makes sense to the degree that anything in this horrible mess makes sense, but... It does still feel incredibly bogus. Once again, I fail to throw a life away. Everything about this game is bogus. No, I've never played Getting Over It. It's been mentioned to me a lot of times because I've been playing Jump King off and on, and people tell me that Jump King reminds them of getting over it, but so I guess I'll have to play that someday. I guess I'll have to play it someday, but no, I don't really know much about that one other than it's another rage game. Inches away from the cat food. I don't know how to jump off of that. I don't know how to jump off of that edge. It flips me the wrong way. Dying near the cat food is not a consolation. I cannot see the silver lining. Good night, Greg. Thank you for being here with us. I appreciate the camaraderie as I have descended into deeper and deeper pits of misery. Be well, Greg. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. How do you like Jump King? I've never touched it. Under its cruel difficulty, does it feel like it was at least intended to be somewhat enjoyable? Not at all, DJ. No. Jump King is a pure is pure torture. It's as bad, if not worse than this. It's not as janky to play. Jump King, like Jump King is actually like Jump King's very well polished. It's like I love the aesthetic and the atmosphere of Jump King. I love the concept. It controls just as it should. Everything's great. The thing about Jump King is it's sadistic. It's brutally sadistic. It's designed to take away every ounce of progress you earn in the most humiliating and soul-crushing ways. It's tedium and repetition to the highest degrees. Clawing your way for hours to a high point, only to be completely stripped of everything, back to bedrock, repeatedly. My Jump King playthrough has been a disaster, through and through. I highly recommend it. My Jump King playthrough, this might be slightly spoilery. My Jump King playthrough has also been plagued by a mistake that I made where I'm basically, I'll never play it. I'm basically convinced that I wandered off the main path of the game at a certain point, and I have been playing for the majority of my playthrough on an optional DLC path that is much harder than the base game, but I am too stubborn to back out and explore other options. So my playthrough is cursed. Because of that. I don't know for sure because I'm operating on information that was sort of accidentally half given to me. But I'm pretty sure part of why I'm suffering so much is that I'm in an area of the game meant for pros, and I haven't even completed the noob path yet. Good night. See you tomorrow. Good luck. If you beat this game, tell me the ending. Well, we're not gonna beat this game tonight, 100% for sure, Angelus. I'm only hoping to beat this level, but there's no chance of this level being the final level. But thank you for the good luck wishes. Thank you again for the raid. I hope you sleep well, Angelus, and yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you next time. So tomorrow night on the stream, we're gonna we're gonna try and play through a new Dora game. I'm kind of hoping that the Dora games are gonna be mostly pretty short, so it'll be a game a night with those every time. That's my hope. That it might not work out that way, but that's, you know, we'll see. But we're gonna play Dora and Jet Force Gemini tomorrow, and we will play this game again on Thursday. We will not play this game for 7 hours on Thursday. On Thursday, this game is gonna be very brief. Even if I don't do anything very good, we're only gonna play this for probably 2 hours at the most. Because on Thursday we're playing this and Hades. And I haven't played Hades in a while, so I'm gonna need a lot of time with it if we're gonna have any chance at doing anything good. I've been playing Hades for quite a while now, and pretty much the only thing left is for me to beat the game. But doing that is very, very tough. So it probably won't happen, but fingers crossed. But yeah, that means our time with this one's gonna be very short on Thursday night. So that's what's coming up the next couple streams. Dora and Jet Force Gemini, this and Hades. And weirdly enough, whenever I play this, I feel like I'm in Hades. The bad part. That would be hilarious. That would explain how Jump King could be in the same league as this. I'm gonna Google it without telling you what I find. Just know I'll be chuckling at your expense if it turns out to be true. I'm virtually certain that it's true. But yeah, thank you for not telling me anything, because I do appreciate, I do very much appreciate having my ignorance protected. Yeah. Yeah, this game, yeah, definitely Mansta. Alright, my friends, we're gonna make one more attempt. I'm calling it quits with this game for tonight. We're gonna make one more attempt. And then we're done. We'll play a little bit of Splatterhouse to round out the stream. To round out a 7-hour stream, turning into an 8-hour stream. What a night. Alright, that's it. It wasn't the run. Oh. What percentage complete was I there? 12. I don't know. It's hard to say, Mansta. I just kind of made up a number. I don't... It's really difficult to quantify. It was, it wasn't the best run that I've had. It was okay, but... I feel crushed, my friends. I feel crushed. This game is such a villain. Should be outlawed. I feel like if this game could, it would develop a time machine just so it could go back in time and be my school bully and steal my lunch money every day until it had enough money to buy a car, come back to the future, buy a car, and run over my dog. That's the kind of thing this game would do to me. Hey, Enigma Wave, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. It's more sad it doesn't even have the satisfying gore upon failure like Happy Wheels. People tell me about Happy Wheels a lot. I don't really know that. I don't actually know the game, but it's got to be better than this. It's got to be better than this. In pretty much every way, because how being worse is not possible. Alright, we're gonna switch over to the Genesis. We're gonna keep the stream going just a little bit longer. I'm gonna do a run through Splatterhouse. Splatterhouse 2, actually. And, just see how that goes. And, after that, we'll probably call it a night. So, give me just a moment. I'm gonna just switch consoles real quick.